Here we go. So begin with the map draft. This is Ambil versus Shletian, who's captain for the Clueless Conquistadors. Okay. Anyway, first pick Amazon Tunnel for Ambil. Sorry, first pick Golden Lakes, I mean. Start on top. Then we have Hill Fort for Shletian. Banning down to the... Well, banning a couple of maps. Then there are picks again. Chaos Pit for the Clueless Conquistadors. Amazon Tunnel for Ambil. Couple more bands. I don't know if they show. I don't know why they show up for both sides. I need to fix that. But yeah. Anyway, leaves us with Team Acropolis as the designated starting map, or at least it should have been. But what I've been left with here as the first map, at least in the names of the recorded files, unless I did something wrong here. Game 1 on Hill Fort. Could be that they improperly named the games or something. But I guess we're starting with Hill Fort, which is supposed to be the home map of TCC, so they're already starting at a disadvantage, not starting with the designated neutral starting map. Let's just dive into it. I was going to show the civilization draft as well, but we can get back to that. This is Hill Fort, a map rarely seen this season, even though it got voted in, I believe. I don't think I picked it. Don't remember, honestly. It's been a while since I launched the handbook. But as you can see, it's... I guess you could compare the start kind of to Lombardia. Okay, this is an interesting generation. Is it like that on the other side as well? Yeah, it's like that here as well. Think they should be connected, ideally. But it wouldn't be a severe bug either. Not something that would require a restart, I guess. I don't think we're missing any resources or anything. And anyway, these are recorded games. They've played all of the games, so a bit late to call an admin re now if something is not right. So you start with 4 deer inside of your base. There are cows here as well. Standard starting resources. Then you have 2 boars. So, oh, hold on. I'm going to do this as well. Should help capture age performance a little bit. So yeah, should in most cases favor fast castle age plays, I think. You could certainly make an argument for some kind of extended feudal age adventures here as well, but I don't expect it. The travel distance is pretty far, and you have your fortified palisades to protect your starting base, so it's hard to get through with any feudal age aggression. Could make an argument for feudal age armies to control the map though, because you need to expand on this map to get proper access to woodlands and other things. But enough talking, let's have a look at the civilizations. Stettian goes for the Italians on the top here. Not any naval maps of significance in the map draft, so Italians, I guess, makes sense here. You could get some castles up and get your Genoese crossbowman production going, so you'll do well against opposing armies. Italians have fully upgraded arbalists as well, which are not to be underestimated in team game. What did I say? Scenarios. We have room in the blue, playing as the Cumans, which I guess they'll want to move to the back of the area here to get some second feudal age town center booming going on here. Maybe over to the gold on this side, that's a bit more exposed. It's probably the plan. Humans, however, they also have feudal age battering rams, so that could be used to pressure the opposing side. together with infantry from a teammate, perhaps. We have Goths here as well, so Goths, humans. Infamous tactic on arena, playing fast feudal age from both players. Goths providing the infantry, spearmen, and maybe men-at-arms, whereas the humans player would garrison them inside of, or let the Goths player garrison inside of their rams. Then you have faster moving rams, and you can punch through the walls quickly and start taking out production buildings and even town centers. So that might be the play here. But Goth's pocket, of course, if you get a nice and uninterrupted boom, you could also pump out units in the Imperial Age like there's no tomorrow. So there's that for sure. So let's move over to Anvil's side and have a look here. Kruppe as the Koreans. May or may not have war wagons in mind here. The Koreans' unique unit, of course, their archers into crossbows into arbalest line is fine as well, because the Koreans have get the defense upgrade instantly. It doesn't show until you reach the next stage, but I do in fact get the defense upgrade for the archers and or any ranged unit that deals years attack. That kicks in instantly. Emoticon with the Teutons here, going up at 20 population, which would usually suggest some kind of scouts play. Could be that I've seen the humans Goths combination as well and seen through the plan of TCC already, if they're going for the feudal age pressure here. In which case, having a few scouts out and about is not a bad thing at all. If you're really lucky, you'll get to spot the forward advances of the opponent as well, and be able to deal with it before they can even construct their forward buildings, if that is the plan here. But aside from that, Teutons, great boom. I think 20 population is a bit on the low side for a boom, even on a map like this with resources close to your starting location. But yeah, cheaper farms, keeping Teuton the great boom. They have fantastic melee units as well, as you get +1 defense and attack. I don't know where these guys are going. Maybe they're going outside to drop a stable or something down here. Could be a lumber camp. Could be anything at this point. I don't know what they are up to. It looks to me like TCC are not going for feudal age aggression here. It's 22 pop for the humans, so that could still mean a more standard scouts, which I guess. Finally, by the way, we have Nicoletta Fraola here, the Britons, which is a pretty much a mandatory sim for this map. If you look at the hills, and imagine the Britons with their extra range for the crossbows and longbowmen, it'd just be impossible to break with the Indian if they get and keep their ranged armies close. That's a lost of farms though, so this almost looks like a fast Imperial Age play by the Britons, looking at the food count. So I'm not too sold on that idea. We do indeed have the scouts from Emoticon here. Probably means to explore the map. Maybe even find that second town center and deny it from the humans. This could be a short game if this gets denied. That scout's not going to get through there. Let's see if room actually quick walls does indeed. But it's only 6 villagers building this one. And if you have villagers quick walling behind it as well, that town center is going to complete even more slowly as well, because you're taking away from the building time. And when or if the villagers complete this gate, it might pop up and let the scouts in. We have a second scout on the way as well, a third scout even, but no upgrades, so the villagers could still fight them off. That would likely mean the death of one of the villagers. No, Emoticon moves away. He decides to be properly annoying over here instead. Oh, there's a stable as well, and scouts even affordable here. So the 22 population, was it, for the humans is actually allowing room to make both feudal age armies and, to some extent, produce out of the town centers. But if you look at the food count, that's not going to sustain both stables and a second town center for long. Uh-oh, Kruppe. I guess rip Kruppe's scout. No, he gets away with it. 2 town centers for the humans. Goths player going to the Castle Age. Set up decently for a Castle Age boom here. Going to move to the edges probably as well. I don't know if you can place town centers there. Probably you could, but you'd want one on this double neutral wall as well. That would be perfect for a second Castle Age town center. Schlettian also on the way to the Castle Age. The only player going to the Castle Age for Anvil for now. It's Nicoletta Fraula, who probably will go into a bit of Britain's boom then. Thinking about that castle for the long moment as well. Could even make an argument for a forward castle on the feudal age town center of the Cumans, because... But it's a long distance to travel there, so likely not. Now let's have a look at the scouts here. Obviously not gonna get in. There's the spearman. Let's see if he gets any pokes in. He actually pulls away. Blue going to gold as well, meaning that the cast stage transition is already kind of being prepared. I don't know why they pulled the spearmen away. Maybe they're trying to hide them and attack from the side, but maybe just trying to... maybe worried about opening the gate accidentally, to be honest. Looks like Krupp has moved out here for some wood axes as well. But quick wall that in to keep the scouts away, so that shouldn't be an issue. Humans with both scouts, investment, and 2,000 turs certainly going to stay in the feudal age here for a longer time than anyone else, to put it that way. Emoticon, yes, in the feudal age as well, but halfway there resource-wise to click up to the next stage. Nicoletta Fraura, 1,000. Oh, that's... guess that's gonna become a farming town center then. It's not really going to give you much resource access, but it will at least let you chop the rest of the 1,000 wood around here and start seeding farms after to prepare for the food economy needed for the next stage. Britain's town centers half price wood cost as well. Scouts not really doing anything for Imbotikan here, and now being chased away by Schlettian's knights. Italians opening knights, that's not what I would expect them to do, but certainly provides some map control for TCC here. So since the scouts can't really do that much damage, we're using them to scout the map instead. So they get anvil scouting, not ideal. And they may or may not see that. Wait, that castle foundation got cancelled actually. Are they going more aggressive with the castle? Now the scout goes down. Few units killed so far this game. In fact, that was the first kill of the game. That one scout going down. 2 town centers for humans, yes, but 4 minutes of idle town center time as well. Now both town centers are producing those. It's still a comfortable 10 villagers lead for the humans over everyone else. But food count still not quite there for the next stage. Kruppe with the Koreans castle now, going to make those war wagons. I believe that Genoese crossbowmen should do alright against the war wagons. Maybe the Hurskalls will as well. And green is indeed dropping the first castle here. Did not drop any barracks yet, so we'll rely on the castle for Huskal production for now. And we have a raid. Magistone. Hello, hello. Welcome raiders, and thanks to Magistone for the raid. This is me casting my 3v3 league, currently in its season 6, and it's the 6th division playoff. 6th division being the lowest one. Had like 36 participating teams this season, and yeah, just wrapping up this season. The sign-up deadline for season 7 is December 8th. That would be this Friday this week, so there's still time to sign up for that one. Got about 30 sign-ups for this one as well, so I'm looking forward to the next season starting December 15th, it should be. So this is Anvil versus the Clueless Conquistadors. No Conquistadors for this game though, no Spanish picked. We'll look at the draft after to confirm if they've actually been banned. Could be the case. Now looking at the economy expansion here, a 4th TC for the Britons, so Nicoletta Fraula seems to enjoy booming. Also hasn't really faced any serious attack. Having the Goths against the Britons could be an issue for the Britons, though, because the Goths, Huscarls, elite Huscarls, should be able to get close to the Britons' ranged armies. We get damage in. Castle Age halfway there for the humans. TCC only 6 villagers or so ahead, though. So that's nothing too particular. This should be a relatively easy, quick wall for Nicoletta Fraula. Actually commits to the repairs here. I think you just pop up a stone gate and you're a lot safer here rather than commit to repairs. Here comes the castle. Maybe panicking a little bit here, the orange player, but it's as long as you keep the knights out, it's fine. Able to calm with the Teutons here, got way better upgrades, I would say. He has Bloodlines, he has the +1/+1 armor and defense, whereas the Italian player only has +1 defense, and that's it. Not even Bloodlines yet. So, crisis averted. Good fight by Imotacon there. Now producing out of 2 stables. And with a comfortable military lead of 36 to 18, so twice the military size. Step Lancers for the humans, mixing in a camel as well. Another means just to deal with things here, as Kruppe wants to attempt a second castle here. That should be ranging the human town center, just barely, but the villagers have been spotted. Let's see how well Rube is able to focus the units here. Imotacon isn't helping out as much as would be desired here. Pikeman dealing okay with that, but just 1 villager left now. Kruppe needs to abandon the idea of the forward castle for now. Again, twice the military for Anvil. The economic situation is dead even between the teams, I would say. They're all in the cast stage. And not so much Stettia going for a cheeky, fast Imperial Age with the Italians here. That should make quick work of the Queen's castle if they'll add some siege weapons now, like the bomber cannons. Here comes an archery range. The bomber cannon, I guess you need chemistry first, but siege workshop is here. Thanks for the raid, Magistone. I appreciate that. Have a good meal, I guess. Bon appétit. Warpagan's situation, pretty decent chunk of them. They could work together with the knights here to chase off rooms. Humans' armies over here. Obviously doesn't want to fight underneath castle fire here. We even mixed in a militia here, a random militia from the Koreans. Might be a misclick together with the pikes. One team is clearly better than the other two. Wait, it's probably a misclick because Imotacon is now going into the Champions line unit with the Teutons, and that's a perfectly reasonable call when up against the Goths. You'll need something to handle the Goths infantry spam that is almost inevitable if you let them get to the Imperial Age unobstructed like this. The castle popping up here for Slettian, that's not going to be contested, I don't think. Yeah, Anvil using the mobility of the armies, but they're keeping it safe at home for now, and it makes sense. They have a higher army count, they have a slight economic lead at this point because they've been placing more town centers earlier on. They're even starting the wall off over here. Another layer of stone walls here perhaps, and they're already thinking about that long-term trade in the corners. So they're starting to secure the corners now around minute 30. Still heaps of gold to be mined, I'm sure, at home base and whatnot. But by walling like this and team walling to the edges of the map, they're keeping themselves safe from raids from the opposing side's military. Perfusion, no, unlucky in first for the Goths, so now Creep Smooth can make Huskarls from barracks as well. No barracks just yet, but they are about to pop up here. And Sletja, the Italians expecting or having seen the Teutons infantry switch, has already begun adding the hand cannoneers to counter the infantry of the Teutons player as well. Not going to see champions anytime soon, it's only longswords for now. TCC much earlier to the Imperial Ages here might work into their favor, as Anvil have a healthier economy for now. They have slightly higher military numbers as well, but they are facing two Imperial Age armies now, which is not to be underestimated. Camels getting some beautiful hits in on the war wagons here as well. And yeah, this should be a very good fight for the humans. Suddenly Anvil don't have the military leaders anymore. They're evening things out here, trying to run away with the knights, but you're not going to run away from the Cumans camels with the Teutons knights, because the Teutons don't have husbandry and the Cumans have 5, 10 and 15% movement speed for the cavalry in as a civilization bonus, so they have the fastest cavalry in the game. Certainly making good use of it now against the Teutons. Hand cannoneers versus crossbows, though. That's not necessarily a fight you want to take, and not the halberdiers either. Halberdiers, great addition against Emoticon's cavalry numbers, but they're not going to last long against what's soon to become arbalesters from Nicoletto Fraolo's Britons, already with 5+3 range, and will be getting 5+5 in the Imperial Age once Bracer is researched, because Britons also get +1 range in the castle and the Imperial Ages as a civilization bonus. The army situation has switched. TCC now officially with larger armies on the field, but they're also losing the fight in the middle here. They're going to have to get more of those Huskarls. Ideally get the Huskarls to elite with full Imperial Age upgrades here, but the Imperial Age was a little bit on the fast side for Creep Smooth. So Creep Smooth's not completely boomed here. Can't afford all the upgrades just like that. So not elite Huskarl, and also lacking the Pierce armor, even from the Cast Age armor upgrade. Oh, a little bit of raiding going on here. The Huskarls going straight for the production capabilities of the Britons here. One range about to go down. Goths get bonus damage against the buildings by default as well. So that's also another of their civilization bonuses. They don't need to research arson like other civilizations need to do to deal bonus damage against building. Right hand side here as well. Group trying to stonewall the aggression out here, but this is a lot of Cumans cavalry here. 101 cavalry to Anvil's 76 now. Halberdier being researched by the Britons. That's something you want the Teutons ideally to research. Teutons full on with longswords now. I mean, if you get to 200s and champions, I guess the champions will deal well with both the camels of the Cumans that don't scale into the Imperial Age and the Huskarls of the Goths as well. But the camels are in. Anvil facing some serious raids now, just as Kruppe is entering the Imperial Age. Barely any military whatsoever for Kruppe. Castle still stands, I guess. TCC don't worry too much about that. And now what? Just creeping slowly further up the map for TCC. Camels once again raiding. I mean, Castle Age camels won't scale for for the humans into the Imperial, but they might not need it. Elite Gentleman Crossbowmen entering the field as well. No cavalry of Anvil at all right now, so I guess the Gentleese, they are a range unit. They do decent against the 200 swordsmen of the Teutons as well. GG's, says Jimeras. Kind of a spoiler, isn't it? Games could turn around, but it's not looking too bright for Anvil, no. I'd have to agree on that. They're about 40, 50 villagers behind now. They're keeping up with the military count, but they don't really have the best combination to deal with the armies on the field now. There are decent chunk of hand cannoneers now from Sletjan over here. Huskarl staying close as well, so that the Britain's Arbalesters can't take out these hand cannoneers from a distance. Champion still not researched, but is on the way there. Yeoman coming in for the Britons, going to give another range to whatever range units are on the field. Arbalests now. So that should be a 5+5 range Arbalest. These elite Huskarls, they really need that second defense upgrade though. Otherwise the Britain's ranged armies will certainly get a much better fight against them. Let's see the elite Huskarls. Still missing some upgrades here, missing the attack upgrades as well. They're not as significant. 200 swordsmen joining in. They are Teuton, two-handed swordsmen. So they have extra melee armor as well, but they're also lacking these upgrades. So whoever gets that second, and in the case of Teutons, the third defense upgrade in, is going to get much better trades here now. So there's a big fight in the middle here. Huskarls and Halberdiers now moving in, getting to snipe a trebuchet there as well. One of the castles of Kruppe will almost certainly go down here. The Huskarls should be able to catch up with the Arbalesters as well. Because they do move faster, but I think since they're grouped together with the Halberdiers, the Huskarls are unintentionally moving slower than they could have been. So Transistor completes and it stays up for like 5 seconds before it goes down again. Massive armies in the middle of our TCC. They have almost twice the military size of Anvil. They have expanded that economic lead, and they're also starting those stone walls to the sides to try and get some trade up while advancing with castles close to the corners of Anvil, so that Anvil can't get trade rolling to produce units with essentially infinite gold. Good raids from the Cumans player to the side here as well. Now in the Imperial Age, about to get Cavalier and plate carrying armor. Looking rough for Anvil now. Armor and Cavalier not in quite yet, otherwise they could much more easily fight the pikemen over here, but I think it's just too much army to hold back for Anvil now. It's like 6 times the military size for TCC at this point. Not going to go down without the fight here, but they've lost 70% of the map by now, and they're still going to be raided from the back by these Cavaliers as well, as a trebuchet start contesting these castles as well. Do they see the other one going up? They see the other one as well. And in the middle side, the Huskarls are in. Oh, Lumbercamp goes down. Huskarls trying to move in. Will the barracks start producing? No, here we go. Huskarls are in. And the Huskarls could probably take down the castle as well. Unless the castle has murder holes, which doesn't look to be the case yet. Hoarding seems to be in though, or some kind of technology to boost the building's hit points. So it's going to take a while. But I think that castle goes down. The Huskarls alone. Tough match for or Anvil this first game here, as the trebuchets also helped in taking out that castle. Game over, it says, but I think that's just my playback stopping, or was there actually any... Did it drop? I didn't see any GDs or anyone to be signing. I think it's safe to assume that this game is over, but there's it like doesn't look like anyone to be signed either. That's a little bit interesting, but we'll give TCC the benefit of the doubt for that one and hop into the next one. So record the game files tend to bug out these days as well, so we're going to have to keep that in mind. So what should have been the first map, Team Acropolis, is not. I don't know when they intend to play that, but looks like the clueless conquistadors managed to snag the first game there on Hill Fort. And we'll make sure to tick off the civilizations used here before moving into the next game. Britain's Korean students losing that one to Gops, humans, and last one again, Italians. Which means we should be going to Anvil's home map next. Will be either Amazon Tunnel or Golden Lakes. And if we go by picks, Golden Lakes was the first one to be picked, so let's just get that one. We're going to need some power pocket for Golden Lakes, I'd say. Anvil's Persians comes to mind there as the pocket. And feel like it could be that I want to say Mayans for Team Acropolis, but I think Mayans is a good contender here for Golden Lakes. And then for the other flank side, not too sure. Hans is good, with no leading houses. Poles could be good as well. So let's go Mayans, Persians, Poles in their case. I'm expecting Franks here for the clueless conquistadors, because those cheaper castles can come in very handy when playing in the middle. Ethiopians as a flank. And Saracens, possibly. Let's have a look for game 2, which is also Hill Fort. Someone hasn't done their homework here. I guess we'll cast the first game later then. Team Acropolis has to be in here somewhere. Which should be in game 3, should be Golden Lakes. Well, maybe we don't get a Team Acropolis game, but someone must have won that. So, game 1 Hill Fort, game 2 Hill Fort. I think it might be the same game. So let's just go into game 3. Yeah, it would be nice to see game 1 as well. Just to get everything casted. One sec. Yeah, cool. Just gonna fetch game 1 then. First. Waiting for Jimaras to send the first game. Could probably find it myself somehow as well, but Let's just wait for it. Yeah. I guess let's just cast Golden Lakes first then, and get back to that one. So let's just cast Golden Lakes first, which is game 3. We'll have to get back to game 1 because someone renamed the wrong files. Right. Golden Lakes, where we have Berbers on the flank. Are we going to see a villager rush here? Berbers flank. I mean, sure, if you have unlimited gold, you could spam Berbers cheaper cavalry for a long time and make life miserable for your opponents. I won't be opposed to that. In the pocket, we have creep smooth now as the Romans. In the pocket position. I mean, faster working economy for the Romans. Obviously not to be underestimated. They work 5% faster, I think the villagers. Pretty smooth economy. They have some naval bonuses. Probably not going to apply from pocket position because the lakes of the pocket players, they're going to be very hard to contest for the opposing team. It's just such a far travel distance, and you have to sneak a villager all the way over here or all the way over here to get up a dock and get some damage in. So that's something that's rather contested depending later, but the Romans indeed have a bonus applying to galleys as well. Schlettian with the Malians over here. Also I go to civilization for hybrid maps like these because the Malians buildings cost less wood. Makes it easier to afford your dock at an earlier stage and produce the fishing ships sooner than most other civilizations. With that said, we also have John 803 with the Persians here. Persians, the only civilization that can afford a dock and a fishing ship instantly, because they start with 50 extra food and wood. Their town centers also work 5% faster in the Dark Age. I think it applies to docks as well. And of course, as traditionally for the Persians, twice the hit points for the docks and town centers, making them much harder to take out. Persians on flank could mean a Persian douche as well. So this has me curious. We'll see if John moves out at some point to pull off some shenanigans against the blue player. In the pocket, we have Emoticon as the Magyars. Great pocket civilization, fully upgraded cavalry archers, fully upgraded paladins. Melee upgrades kicking in instantly, and you don't have to pay for them, so that gives Magyars one of the strongest scouts openings in the game. Scouts usually being played from pocket on these open land maps. And they are also cheaper, 15% discount. That gives Magyars an advantage over a lot of other civilizations there. Finally, we have Kruppe with the Byzantines. Byzantines faster firing fire galleys, and looking at the placement of the dock here, Kruppe wants to fight for this dock up north. Probably going to take some water responsibility here. Eventually we'll see Schlettian docking as well, I hope. But it's not quite there. It could also go down there. That might be... I mean, it's not much farther there, is it? Emoticon actually moving there right now to see if there's any docking going on, but not even the Romans player has docked yet. So TCC... it's not their home map, so they may not have prepared Golden Lakes as well either. I think we can speed this one up a little bit if we're able to, just to bring in the feudal age and see what's happening, see if there's any docking going on. Teal going up as well. We'll have to fight for the position here against the Byzantines. Byzantines not kicked up yet. Teal indeed has, so should be set nicely to fight against the Byzantines here. Probably going to make the fire galleys, the Malians player as well. And given the much earlier feudal age uptime compared to the Byzantines player, the Malians player might stand a good chance in the naval fighting here. Might need a second dock to be able to keep up with the faster firing Byzantines galleys, but that's also going to be worth it if you can keep the red player off fish completely. Right hand side, the scout is here. Villager has loom, so room probably doesn't want to engage here. Looks like both yellow and orange have settled in the right side corner here, so they should be safe from any enemy aggression for now. Docking villager going down for Kruppe, and Kruppe doesn't even fight back with that villager who does have loom, but did not fight back. So that's unfortunate happening for Kruppe there. Kruppe still only making the fish. Doesn't realize that Slettian has docked as well. So that sometimes one thing you could do to spot these things nice and early on a minimap is to send one of your fish to be very inefficient, but to fish far away so that you see the shoreline on occasion and see if your opponent has placed any dock. Fire galley for the Byzantines as well is 1 versus 1 for now. Just that one fire galley for Slettian. We'll be able to take out some fish perhaps, at least 1 or 2, so it's still a value. And it's also forcing Kruppe to invest more into water. He keeps chasing the fish. Does not make any more fire galleys. Didn't succeed in taking out any fish either. Now, curious about the value. So the value is pulling the fire galley back. They're both producing fire galleys. It's going to be dead even, or almost dead even, the timing between them. Blacksmith now for the Persians. All the way down here. What the heck? I guess it's some sort of team wall forming here. Scouts from both John and Emoticon actually. Double scouts. If you can keep the map open, double scouts might just work out on this map. Kruppe taking some water responsibilities as we've seen already. And might be on auto scout here. Slettian doesn't react either, so that scout lives on. So double scouts can catch you off guard. You'll be hit by more scouts than you'd regularly think. On these maps where playing the meta is making both scouts and archers. Flank player makes archers, pocket player makes scouts, but in this case we have both Persians and Magyars making scouts. So if they work well together, they might be looking at quite a few villager kills, but they haven't had much success so far. Scout probably going to go down here. Kruppe also docked downside, down on this side. Sent the fire galley out. This is catching Creep Smoothie off guard. Might not even react here to stuff happening. It's queuing fire galleys, but unfortunately both fire galleys queued in one dock instead of the 2 docks simultaneously. So that's not going to help the situation here now that Kruppe has 2 fire galleys out. Taking some serious, making some serious damage in the corners here, the red player. Yeah, that villager isn't going anywhere. Can't escape the scouts, can't escape the fires. Down goes the dock, and Kruppe has successfully won the top side here for Andil. Most of the fish down. Still a couple ones left for Creep Smoothie. But it's coming at a huge cost to keep making the fire galleys here. Not working to the Romans' advantage, as you'd rather want to get that fish food income in and prepare for the Castle Age. It's getting close though. Started seeing quite a few farms. The Romans player, however, still open at home base. The scouts are going to get value for John here as well. John, no upgrades on the scouts, but Castle Age well on the way for the Persians. Persians 10% faster working TC in the feudal age as well. Gets to research the Castle Age faster. Oh, those villagers are going down quickly. Does he have any upgrades? No. It's just green not reacting. Disaster for Creep Smoothie here. Losing so many villagers. 10 villagers lost for the Romans player. Anvil establishing an almost 20 economic numbers lead here because of the scouts aggression on land and the naval situation on water. 3 out of 4 lakes here now on Golden Lakes. And the builders keep going down for Creep Smoothie. Has made scouts as well. Stuck in the feudal age, perhaps because it's going to need military here. Has both buildings to click up. Goes for the Castle Age. No upgrades on the scout, but that's pretty much the case for Anvil as well, except for Imoticano, who actually has some melee attack upgrades in there. It's looking good for Anvil, though. 30 builders lead entering the Castle Age. They're earlier to the Castle Age with several of their players. And looks like Kruppe is about to click up as well. So Kruppe, having 1-2 lakes, will have a fantastic fish income here if he keeps producing for these docks. I was going to speculate whether it was going to be double knights in the Castle Age as well, but it looks like our... I was expecting the Magyars to go for cav archers here, but no. John going cavalry archers with the Persians. And why? Because Persians cavalry archers now get party and tactics in the Castle Age, so they're too shabby. Trying to break through here. Some cavalry archers providing cover fire as well. And the cavalry archers are in. Or are they? Nice quick houses from room here to keep them out. A very forward castle from the Malians player as well. Could make some Geppettos out of this one. Kruppe just stonewalling behind and probably happy with this investment from Sletjan, which is because it means that Sletjan's economy is massively behind. But TCC, they're not committing any heavily to economy at this point. They'll need to try and field armies to try and claim some of the map back and also aggression with castles. They're pretty much all in at this point. They need to take good trades like they just did here against these cavalry archers, but John is replenishing them at a quick pace, and the upgrades are big time lacking for TCC here, so John is going to better KD here for sure. Creep Smooth, you lost 16 eco units so far this game. Really tough start. John will carry and build victory. I guess we'll see about that. Both game 1 and game 2 were the same game, so I don't know what happened in the first game of the set so far. But we're working on it. I hope I'll get a file before the cast of the remaining games are concluded. One annoying spearman, Berber's spearman, doing work here. Mixed in some camels for room as well. Not a bad idea against the Magyar's knights. But then we have cavalry archers to worry about as well. They should be trading. Thanks, Jimaras. They should be trading very efficiently against the camels, these cavalry archers, because they can hit and run, and camels don't have the same great pierce armors as knights do. Oh, Scorpion getting a good hit in there, but one defense upgrade is in for John here. John is about to get into the Berber's base here focuses down the Scorpion first. The Cavalry Archers are in. Dancing around a little bit there, going to focus down another Scorpion, but it's a bit of a choke point, so that's not great news for John's Cavalry Archers. Get away with not really losing much. Splitting up the groups perhaps now to deal even more damage at several areas. I mean, you could send one over to the woodline, right? So, Room now facing massive losses here. Committing to repairs on the Scorpion. Scorpion defense, probably the best thing Room can do at this point. Might need more camels at home as well. Pull them back to try and deal with this threat. But lost 8 builders and counting. Keeps making the Scorpions though, and John is slowly losing numbers here. No ballistics for the Cavalry Archers yet either, so they're not as accurate as you'd like them to be. And we assume that I was going to check if party and tactics was in, but I don't think that's in either. Anvil getting the Golden Lakes win. Now let's have a quick look and see if there's any game submitted yet. No, it's not. So let's just have a look at the statistics and then go into the next game. Persian's Cavalry Archers. Anvil going off meta for this one, refusing to play the stale Scouts Archers flank pocket style that we're all used to seeing in team games. 36-12 KD, quick and smooth Golden Lakes game here. ECC didn't seem too prepared for this map, which is fine. There are 9 maps to prepare potentially every season. So you're going to have some maps you do well, some maps you don't do as well. Version with the eco lead, they have a fantastic economy with the fish and the... How many fish, by the way? Let's have a quick look here. Yeah, pretty decent fish boom for John as well. Up times 1950 Castlage. Castlage timing's quite similar here, but Creep Smoothie not noticing the Scouts raids until it was way too late. Lost so many villagers in that. 69 villagers total for John. And comfortable villager lead at that. Let's see if we can... Oh, maybe we have the game here. The right file was uploaded as game 5. Okay. So we'll go to game 5 now, which is effectively game 1. So let's hope that that's going to be Team Acropolis and not any spoilers here. Team Acropolis indeed. And this is game 1. So we're going to have to switch the score after this one to adjust as needed. Fine. Team Acropolis. First game of this set, mind you. So we'll just hop right into the civilizations here, I guess. John with pretty much a given for this map, for the neutral starting map. With the Tatars. Tatars 25% extra elevation bonus, also getting Thumbring instantly in the Castlage. Well suited for Cavalry Archer play on a map like this, where there are hills to fall back to on either side. So if you're able to mass those Cavalry Archers, you're going to be incredibly hard to stop as Tatars. Of course, you need to get there, so usually you'll see Tatars opening with the Scouts on a map like this, because with the Scouts and maybe, just maybe, some Knights in the early Castlage as well, you'll be getting the appropriate upgrades that apply to Cavalry Archers as well, like Husbandry and Bloodlines. In the pocket, we have Emoticon with the Huns. Huns, 20% faster working stables, that's team bonus, 25% cheaper cavalry archers, so I wouldn't completely rule out a double cavalry archers play in the castle age here. That would be me and you, if you work together well together as a team, you would be able to mass up, well, the critical cavalry archer mass twice as fast because you'd have two players massing them. Hello, Denchik. Where is your webcam? Nah, I am streaming with my laptop from a hotel room in the north of Norway. And hotel rooms tend to be pretty dark, so you would barely see me anyway. And left side we have Mayans with Kruppe. Interesting that they're not saving Mayans for the other open land maps, but Mayans powerful here as well. Fantastic economy. Eagle Scout, always nice in the Dark Age. And plumed archers from the castle is an option. Don't think I'll stream it today. Maybe tomorrow. Tomorrow. Most likely daytime, because I have concerts both in the lunch and in the evening. So, not today. Also depends on the internet stability, but it seems okay enough here. Not great, but not horrible. Right, so that's the Mayans. We're gonna open archers, probably Eagle Warriors comes to mind, but I think plumed archers would be the long-term goal. They're essentially Mayans equivalent of cavalry archers. Now, for TCC, the clueless conquistadors, they are playing with room in the blue here as the Hindustanis. Bring scouts and camels bonus damage against buildings as a team bonus. Hindustanis also have access to imperial camels, and their villagers are cheaper as you progress through the ages. So they have a fantastic boom as well. Great economy. In the pocket, the Franks for Creep Smoothie. I was expecting that for Golden Lakes, but it's also a good one for this Team Acropolis map. You'll need castles to secure the middle or the map, secure your corners to trade late game. If you're worried that your gold will run out and need to focus on trade, it's nice to have those cheaper castles to more easily secure your economy across the map. Finally, we have Sletyan with the Mongols here. Another go-to pick for this map. Mongols, great cavalry archers as well. Mangudai from the castle, also a powerful cavalry archer unit that has bonus damage against siege. Drill, siege units, unique technology for the Mongols in the Imperial Age. Will give the siege trams extra speed, so they siege trams and siege onagers move more quickly as well. But for this map, probably going to see a scouts opening. We might even see all three of these players open scouts because they have strong scouts civilizations. Village in for Sletja, that is an 18 population village. And the stable going up just now. You see them starting the team walls as well. Which is going to have to be on this terrain. You cannot build on this terrain. So you're forced to wall. Ooh. How's that gonna work out for you? Oh, we're fine. Yeah, you're going to have to wall yourself up on the hill like this, because you can't build on this terrain. So, but it's still possible to wall. It's just going to be quite close to everything, so you'll be more vulnerable to ranged attacks this way. It does keep enemy scouts out though. We'll see what Anvil has planned here. The Mayans player with the barracks. Also securing the wood to the side here. Hiding away a little bit, but the first scout is out for Sletian. Sletian is going to get one builder off John. And keeping annoying to this wood line, but the first spearman is probably going to pop up quite soon here. Well, value. One villager down, but Emoticon has successfully taken out one villager as well. Also playing the scouts, as you can see up top. It's actually only one player making scouts for TCC. What are the other guys doing? Barracks for the Franks. Bit late up here perhaps, but that could also be blacksmith stable. Fast castle. Why are you not going in? It's open. It's open. Get in here. Room with a scout in the back here as well. How many scouts total now? 2 players providing the scouts for TCC. Not sure what Creep Smoothie is planning here, but lost 2 villagers to the scouts raids of the opponents by the looks of it. Let's see for the mines. It is indeed the archery range archers for our red friend Kruppe. Value for room, I guess. 1 villager. Another one gonna go down. And John, I would say, is to struggle for wood access because he has a lumber camp over here, but there's a tower, a sneaky tower about to go up here as well. With presumably only... No, it's gonna be more. It's gonna be 3 villagers, possibly, going to drop that forward tower, but it's a good way to deny the full wood access from one of the players here, from the Tatars, which will in turn delay the castle age and have the archer production later on. Big scout fight. Anvil seems to have the edge here. Neither team has any scouts upgrades just yet, but Sletian chooses to pull away. Good trade there for room against them. KD overall is 6 units lost for John, including villagers, but other than that, yeah, it's a 5-1 KD for Emoticon as well, so I guess the kill-death ratio is comparable between the teams. John has lost 4 villagers though. Not ideal. Where are the villagers building that tower though? It's just gonna be 1 villager after all. He is moving forward. Okay, yeah, that's laggy. But yeah, he's gonna go for that tower. That's not exactly hid away though, and even if he places it here, John's still gonna see it. And there are scouts here to potentially deny it as well. Oh, even nature is against TCC here, trying to flex the quick bonding skills here, but not quite succeeding. And here come John's scouts! No! The plan failed. Oh, what's going on in the back here? Archers from the mines. Out and about, not quite able to get any damage in yet. There's still potential point of entry in the back middle here, but Kruppe may not have that scouted. Let's have a look. Yeah, Anvil hasn't scouted that side quite yet. Castle Age is in for the Franks. Creep Smoothie. Going to start making the Franks Knights now. That's 26 villagers and not that many on gold, but 6 on gold should be enough to sustain single stable production. Let's see if Kruppe can find a way in here. Could still harass Sletjan's side if he doesn't get through this gate, but I need to get some more damage in here now, I think. Creep Smoothie could just send the first few knights down here now, unfortunately queuing all of the knights out of one stable. So that slows the production speed down significantly. Here comes the spearmen even too. Spear with spear, I guess. Not great value for these archers, but they've managed to take out one villager, and they've taken out the spears as well, so I guess that's something. But here we have a 2 vs 1 situation here, and Sletjan is about to lose most, if not all, of the wood axes here. That's huge. That's huge. It means the Mongols player will struggle to be able to produce buildings, at least eventually. It has wood in the bag, so might even be able to place a town center somewhere to secure wood access. But can't really safely move out now, because there's lots of armies from Anvil out on the field. So Anvil could make expansion really difficult for TCC at this point if they keep playing the mobility like they've been doing. They've established a very comfortable economic lead here. Anvil 121 villagers to 96. Granted, they are a little bit later to the cast stage, but even though they did take some losses early on, Kruppe has changed that around and managed to take out lots of economic units here. 9 eco kills for Kruppe. Townsends are all the way in the back for room. Probably not a bad idea. That's like the part of the map you usually don't scout even, because you can never be sure if there's anything of value that far in the back. Right. Gas station for John as well. John immediately starting the double range cavalry archer production. Military situation well ahead for Anvil. Light Cav just kicked in for Emoticon as well. You could actually justify fighting that one camel with your Light Cav units, because there are just so many of them. Some green knights to meddle in here for the Franks and clean up some forward armies by the looks of it. Mayans just now, Castle Age. We'll have to hope that Creep Smoothie doesn't find these archers, but he's right on the way there. Might be able to spot that group of archers. And then there's a huge risk that those archers will be going down before the upgrade can kick in. Did not find them. Oh, scouts going. Mongols scouting bonus. The scouts have even further line of sight for the Mongols, but yeah, Bodkin arrow on the way. Crossbow not quite affordable yet. This group of archers is going to struggle hard, but it keeps TCC at home, right? So it buys Anvil more time to get their economies secured over here. And actually with Emoticon's armies over here, Emoticon is left with some tiny bit of field forward after all. See how annoying these scouts are. Roop get some kills, by the way, by the looks of it. Could have got another builder there if completed. These scouts are going to go down and they are stuck on top of each other. Stacking scouts. I wouldn't want to be the horse in front there when they're into each other like that. Anyway. Cavalry archer numbers increasing for the Tatars. 51 military to 50 now. It's looking good for Anvil. Chasing the camels. Hindustanis don't really have any choice. They're gonna have to go for the camels in the Castle Age here as the cavalry option. They do not get knights. They of course make light cav. Get hussars in the Imperial Age, but there's... yeah. That's still a while away if you're looking at the economic progress here. No player even remotely close to the Imperial Age yet. Mongols Castle completing, Mangodai immediately good there, and a lot of them at that for Sletian. Sletian wants to get back into it with the Mangodai here. Mangodai should stand a decent chance against cavalry archers. Mongols cavalry archers fire more quickly as well, so you could also make an argument for playing cavalry archers as the Mongols here until you can get to the Mangodai. Looking at the overall army size, the hit points advantage is with the Hindustanis, or rather with TCC. But with the cavalry archers hitting and running, you can still easily focus on the camels. But Ambil realize they are at a disadvantage, choose not to take the fight. Knights and camels. Let's have a look at the upgrades here. Not way better, but slightly better upgrades for the Huns here. Here come the cavalry archers from the Tatars as well. Now going to claim that elevation advantage, perhaps. Focusing down some camels here. Yeah, it was only the attack upgrade being the difference here, so you don't really want to fight these camels with knights alone as emoticon. A joint fight that large cavalry archers, it's a different story. Not that many cavalry archers out total. Sniping some reinforcements here, looking for places to hit, no overchops just yet, so no easy entry with the cavalry archers. Trying to pick up some villagers, no ballistics yet, so the accuracy of the cavalry archers of the Tatars isn't quite there yet, but they found a way in. Now the knights are in, and the emoticon can get some serious raids in here. So small raids again from TC as well. It's like these small things that you barely even notice. This is just two tiny blue dots on the minimap. So now that the knights are in, if they're going to commit here, they should be chasing villagers and just split up and try to do as much damage as possible as these scouts are doing over here. They're getting lots of eco kills. 10 eco kills for these two scouts. 11 eco kills. I'm counting up now. Now it's noticed. That's quite the loss for Emoticon, losing 10 villagers total there. Also losing the army forward, but Ambil, they still keep that military lead, they keep that economic lead. They are roughly 60 population total ahead here. They're extending that economy as well, slowly creeping up towards the middle of the map, claiming more of the map for the late game power plays. How's the Mangodai doing? Well, Mangodai now still only have one cast to produce from, but they produce relatively quick. There's quite a few Mangodai in the queue here. Could use more casts to produce from, but you obviously need stone for that, and with only 2 villagers mining the stone, that's not going to last you very long. Once it's got stone, gold that could become an issue. It's still roughly 1500, 2000 gold left at home base on the hill. Cast for Kruppe near the middle as well. Are we making the Bloom Dodgers? Not yet. But we're making crossbows that could become arbalest later on. With an earlier Imperial Age, if the economy allows, then the Mayans could be looking at some serious power spike with the arbalest upgrade. And their 30% cheaper arbalest in the Imperial Age as well. Done an easy time mass of those. A little bit hesitant to engage here, Ambil, but this would be an easy fight against the camels. Maybe they're worried about reinforcements hitting them as they engage so close to the opposing side's base. Alright, big fight again. Even army numbers here. Mangadai fire faster than the cavalry archers. Let's see the seconds between attacks. Ah, it's not that significant. It's something. Anvil pulling away again. Looks like they're able to outrun most of the armies here. Some of the cavalry archers gonna go down for John again, though. They go now, wait for the mines. Lots of crossbows to benefit from the upgrades. Could have a death blow coming in from the left-hand side here. John also on the way to the Imperial Age. That means that Parthian Tactics, Heavy Cavalry Archer, and Bracer is on the menu for the Tatars player. Economy, nothing too crazy here. 14 on food, 16 on gold, so it could be tough to afford the upgrades when the Imperial Age kicks in, but they're obviously going to get there at some point. Could maybe even get some sling from the wines to get those upgrades in. Good spot there by Room, just pulling away, seeing the giant masses of Anvil here. No, they're fighting, actually. They're going to take the fight. This is a really bad fight for DCC. Really bad fight for DCC. Losing camels. Needlessly here for the Hindustanis. And having to replenish again, because the Hindustanis won't be going to the Imperial Age anytime soon. The gold nearly non-existent for the blue player. As somehow the castle goes up for John. Slowly creeping closer and closer to the other side. Very for Tatars as well, thinking about that Halberdier switch now, or addition to deal with the Hindustanis cavalry come the late game. It's the Imperial Age pick for Emoticon as well. All of Anvil now on the way to the Imperial Age. I guess that's QB. Oh, there it is. Yeah, Imperial Age on the way for Emoticon as well. All of Anvil will reach the Imperial Age before DCC have even clicked. It's right around the corner there for the tanks. The resources are there. They're being heavily pressured at home base now. DCC. I'm not sure if any of the DCC players will make it to the Imperial Age if this keeps up. Bracer coming in for Mayans, for Truppe as well. Arguably more important than Arbalest because it provides extra range and attack. Camels now trying to get some engagements and trades against the Cavalry Archer masses here and the Knights, but they're just not allowed to get close enough, and their Pierce armor just isn't good enough to withstand the power of the... Well, I was going to say the Cavalry Archers with Bracer from John, but they're not quite there. Bracer isn't in yet. John is making the transition into Halberdiers, which might be too bad against the cavalry of the Hindustanis, but looking at the development of this game, the heavy cavalry archer with Bracer would be doing well as well. Hello, Haru. Heavy cavalry archer coming in. Expensive upgrade as well, so it's not something you necessarily get right after Imperial Age. Camel conversion happening over on the other side. And I said TCC wouldn't make it to Imperial Age. In fact, they will. Two of the players now, well, on the way there. But if you look at the overall situation with the economy here, and Anvil is basically 100 population total ahead, so they're looking pretty decent so far. Camels gonna go down to Castle Fire. The castle has ballistics now because the mines have been researching that. I guess Arbalest is in as well. Huge wave of Arbalest here. Trebuchet going up alone here, going to target this castle little bit scary going in without any support like that, because there is cavalry on the field here, but the cavalry are all the way over here, and they are going down to heavy cavalry archers and maybe even cavalier at this point. So barely any military left for blue, at least not forward. Two trebuchets now pushing uphill, Arbalest staying close, so it's going to be tough for the camels too. I think the camels might still get one of the trebuchets here, if not both, but it's going to cost huge losses for TCC. They have more hit points total, but they choose to commit to the trebuchets now. Another trebuchet trickling in here for the Mayans. Economic situation should be much better for Anvil overall here as well, as you can... It's better for Anvil because they have 3 times the military, right? So they can still afford to lose their armies and replenish them, whereas for TCC, although their economies don't look that bad currently, they struggle a lot more for every unit they lose here. Ranks now with the Cavalier, plate barding armor in as well. But now the trebuchet stays up. Gulams for room, which is a good change, but they're not elite and they're missing possibly the defense upgrade, so I think the Mayans Arbalest will still be able to deal with them. And of course, if you lose the castle, no more Gulams. Room does not have stone to repair, does not have stone for another castle. Castle, here comes a Mongol Swan in the middle for more Mangudai production, I would assume. Let's see how the Mangudai are doing over here. They're chasing the heavy cavalry archers over here now with Bracer and Halberdiers to support them. Tatars, Halberdiers, they don't even have the first armor upgrade, but yeah, they aren't anything too crazy in terms of upgrades. They are missing a lot of defense upgrades. Castle goes down. Room is about to be invaded by a mass of 50 Arbalests from the Mayans. And yeah, I don't think these 8 Gulams could do too much about the force of armies that's entering here. See, they can't even get close. We're making the elite Mangudai now out of both castles for TCC. 3 castles, in fact. There are 2 castles on the hill here, but now Mayans Death Ball to the left-hand side here. Some pikemen even joining in. Might become Halberdiers at some point. Eagle Warrior has been researched for potential raiding options. So, again, the trebuchets are left unprotected. Pikemen aren't even close right now. But yeah, hopefully the pikemen can clean that up. Trebuchet was firing at I don't even know what. But Anvil are pressuring from both sides. And even though the Cavalier will clean up most of the pikemen over here, there's still the issue of the mass Arbalest over here, the mass of heavy cavalry archers, and Cavalier over here that might even become Paladins soon enough. It's not going to get to become Paladins. Anvil take the what was the neutral starting map, Team Acropolis, but because I didn't have the files properly named, this is in fact the 3rd game casted in this set. There we go. Let's have a look at the statistics here. Silk armor just killed Bobby, and did it here. Elite die for Teal, so Teal was getting somewhere as well. But the heavy cavalry archers now fully upgraded for that. Was very deadly in the late game when you have, how many did you have in the end? Only 25. I mean, if you had 60 of those, then good luck fighting those off on a map like Acropolis. First overall larger army mass for Anvil. Economy situation goes Jot on top here, even though we took some unfortunate economic losses early in the game. Faster few legions for Anvil. They went for scouts, double scouts, wasn't it? And then the Mayans with some archers. Especially the archers got like 8 villager kills on the wood line of Sletjan, so that's That's huge value right in your game for them as well. But could have gone either way this game with the damage TCC did as well. They both sides are good civilizations to be honest, but in the end, Anvil were able to do more damage with their aggression. Yeah, now we have some work to do with crossing out the civilization. Let's do this team Acropolis first. That was Huns, Tatars, and Mayans winning that one against Franks, Mongols, and Hindustanis. And we also had Golden Lakes before this one, where we saw Persians. Igars, wasn't it? And what was the last one? Byzantines winning against Malians, Romans, and what was the last one again? Was Berbers, I think. So, time for game 4 of this set. Potential decider game for Anvil. So, let's have a look at game 4. Which is on Chaos Pit. Actually, we didn't note the maps either. But Anvil won Golden Lakes. We've had Team Acropolis played. Chaos Pit coming up next. Second home map of the Clueless Conquistadors. Here we go. Chaos Pit it is. Potential decider game here. Chaotic game it could be as well because the players start relatively close. It's almost like Socotra, except it's harder to lane because you need to move out so early and don't want to lose your own buffalo either or your own hunt. But sea builders sending their scouts out nice and early, try and chase the deer away for their opponent, or send the builder forward to kill the deer so they can't it and will be forced to hunt it. John coming in. Clutch moment there against Shletian's scout. Shletian pulling the scout home might actually end up taking out John's scout here. Underneath DC. John! Nah, it's fine. It's fine. A little more HP as well, but I'm still taking some serious HP losses there. Messing up the early game a little bit for TCC here perhaps, but no particular right time for TCC as a result of that. So I don't think it was that's only for Nomad. It's aiming on any map is allowed except for Nomad. So good to see that the players have ready handbook. Laming is allowed. It's only the Nomad start maps where laming is restricted. But they seem to be taking it light-heartedly, Anvil, and not mind too much. But laming is allowed. Chaos Pit is not a Nomad start. Right, looking at civilization to Shletian with the Lithuanians. Makes perfect sense. The food situation is a bit scarce on Chaos Pit. So, really wants that scout dead, doesn't he? And now John could, of course, push in the opponent's deer as well. Push towards the side, for example. Boost the food income a little bit. I think he's thinking about it. He wants to take this one. Yeah! No! 100 extra starting food for the Lithuanians boosts your feudation timing on this map. Could be crucial for the scouts. Yeah, that's nice of you. It's just no laming to not do it. But It would not be a rule violation just to have that defined. Pocket position, we have Creep smoothly playing as the Saracens, another civilization that's um, able to access gold before chopping through the woodlands here, which is essential on the house pit to get to the gold. A nice lumber camp here for Creep Smoothie, also walling in the woodlands, so only vulnerability would be to skirmishers or towers, I guess. Archers not so much, as there's no gold in the middle. Left side, we have room with the Incas. Another bonus, right? Incas bringing one llama to each player, right underneath the PC from the very beginning. 300 extra food total for the team. And yeah, Incas cheaper stone in terms of towers as well. But as Meso civilizations go, they are rather dependent upon gold, so they need to... I'm a bit worried for Room here, actually. Room may not be too familiar with Chaos Pits, that we need to chop through the edge of the map, or is just planning to go through on creeps with this side later on. A way to go. Yeah, not too happy about the Inca's lumber camp. It looks very efficient, but since it's not chopping through here, it's not going to get to any gold anytime soon. For Ambil Civilization, we have Nicoletta Fraula with the Vikings here. Vikings would have a powerful rush because they have, or powerful French rush, should I say, since their infantry has extra hit points starting in the feudal age for the Vikings. Could be powerful together with towers, just make a couple of militia, maybe even 3, and don't worry too much about Loom in the early game. Bad, yeah, perhaps, but let's say make 2 militia, have that extra Vikings hit points advantage, and use that together with your hill-driven towers. Oh, that's true. Slettian also didn't go to the edge. So they're going to have to rely on trash for a long time here, unless they're just hoping to move through on the Saracens opening. But if that gets denied by Ambil's side, then TCC are in trouble. John, Spanish pocket. Villagers build more quickly. That applies to tower rushes, for example, for the Spanish, or defensive towers for that matter. John's long-term plan probably get to the cast stage, get the cast lab and get conquistadors out. Seems to be quite heavy on food, so but it's going up to 21 population, so this is going to be scouts to open with for John. Right hand side by Kruppe, another civilization that does get access to gold actually already from the Dark Age on Chaos Pit. Poles collect 33% gold of any stone they collect. Right, blacksmith upgrades give gold to the Spanish. That's true. That's true. That's one of the changes I'd completely forgotten about. Blacksmith upgrades still only cost food, I guess, for Spanish as well. So, yeah, that's another one to be considered for sure. Here comes the first Poles Tower. As our Lithuanian friend is making spearmen. Spearmen, if you make enough of them. If you make, let's say, 5 or 6 spearmen here, you should be able to clean up these 2 men-at-arms. Because the spearmen also have, like, they have 3 attack. They have comparable hit points. Not convinced they'll stop this tower going up though, so food is shortly going to become an issue for Slettian. Has a couple of villagers worth food in the bank. It's going to struggle since the pennies are not denied by a tower. Defense tower going up, but villagers could batter this one out as well. Tower just counting away the barracks for now. Incan player maybe as expected, going for towers here. They cost less stone for the Incas. Good defensive tower from the Vikings, I'd have to say. Might have been planning kind of the same thing, or just planning to play defensive with towers. It's gonna keep the very safe and keep the towers away. Not the most difficult tower rush from the Incas here, but denying one patch of that is still valuable. And I don't know how, but the Vikings player has archers. Vikings with instant wheelbarrow collect resources more quickly. I guess he's selling stone for gold here for the archers. And those archers should be able to clean up the villagers if they try to drop towers too close to the area here. Yeah, they're going to chase away these guys. Four men at arms from Gruppe now. Going to settle for that. I'm curious about the gold situation. Yeah, job. Didn't get any blacksmith upgrades yet, but also why does John have 130 gold on now? Didn't research anything for the blacksmith yet. I'm confused. Because of upgrades. But what upgrades? They don't show. Economic upgrades then? Yeah, okay, yeah, eco upgrades as well. I guess. And the upgrade gives 20 gold. Wow. Okay, that makes Spanish S tier sim for Chaos Pit for sure. So, Tower of the Incas doesn't do as much as you'd want it to. Men at Arms and Towers for the Poles doing exactly what you wanted to do. Deny the resources, deny farming. About to deny possibly 2 stocks as well. Yes, they're through over here. Got some gold access, but they've taken... You know what? Yes, the economic, the idling of villagers overall has been an issue here. But TCC, they're dead, even in villagers with Anvil. And they're struggling a little bit for military, but they're through. I guess Anvil was as well. But might have been a little bit too early to call it here. Maybe they could build some more economy over here, wall off the sides, and try to get something to work from the sides of the map as well here. But in any real case, that's a 3-1 for Anvil. And just to clear things up a bit here, it should be looking like this. Overall, it's just that I got recorded game file names mixed up. So game 1 and game 2 showed the same game, which was Hillfort, which was game 2, which TCC won. 3-1 for Anvil. Let's have a look at the statistics. GG well played. Congratulations to Anvil as 6th division champions, and to TCC, the clueless conquistadors, not getting to pick the conquistadors even. As the runners-up. Quick Chaos Pit game here to close it off. Yeah, convincingly better economies for Anvil here, because they kept their economies relatively safe. Nicoletta Fraula losing 1 villager, and that's about it. Uptimes comparable. The Incas up earlier actually, but the towers just kind of hit the wrong spots, I guess. And good preemptive walling from Nicoletta as well to keep everything out. So defensive tower going up. GG well played.